Well, good afternoon. My name is Greg Hickox. I'm the president of the Osceola Chamber of Commerce. And today we've invited those who have stepped forward to run for this year's elections for the Village of Osceola. As a reminder, the polls will be open this year from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. on Tuesday, April 2nd, and they will be held at the casting of your ballots will be held at the New Discovery Center this year. The Osceola Chamber of Commerce represents over 150 businesses and 200 employees in the Osceola area. Our interests are mainly about creating an environment where businesses can grow and thrive. And as a Main Street community, we believe it is important to preserve the character of our small town as well as the quality of the life we experience here. The questions I'm about to ask are then naturally focused on business and the thriving downtown and industrial park. And today we have Tim Anderson, who is running for village trustee. Tim, welcome.
Thank you.
And we just have a few questions we'd like to ask Tim to give him an opportunity to get to know, have our village residents get to know Tim a bit better. So Tim, if you don't mind, there's a few questions.
Sounds great.
Okay. Tim, what are your favorite places to spend time in Osceola?
Well, having not grown up here, I think there's a lot of great places to hang out in Osceola. It's one of the things I looked at when I decided to move here in 2010. Mm-hmm. Obviously, most people think of the waterfall as one of the great places in Osceola. Love hiking the stairs, going into the trail down to the St. Croix River. Mm-hmm. They've got great places to hang out with your friends, go grab a bite to eat, right. Whether it be P-Wise or the bowling alley or the watershed, those kind of places. It's a fun place to hang out.
Great, mm-hmm. Thanks. What would you do to strengthen or grow our downtown as a healthy and thriving heart of the community?
Okay. Well, first of all, I'd like to say that I think our downtown is doing pretty well. If you look around, some of the communities in western Wisconsin or just in rural Wisconsin in general aren't mm-hmm. doing quite as well as mm-hmm. us. We have pretty high rates of occupancy in our downtown businesses. I think we've got a good mix of businesses downtown. Some core businesses that other communities might not have, like a grocery store, mm-hmm. Hardware store. We've got financial institutions, mm-hmm. professional offices, good mix of retail, some restaurants. Okay. So right. I think all in all, we're doing pretty well.
Good.
So
Good.
It's nice to see.
Good.
As far as how we could strengthen it, I'd first of all like to know a little bit more about what's been done. What are the actors that have been influencing things for growth in mm-hmm. downtown? Obviously, the Chamber will be one of them. Mm-hmm. I'd like to focus on asking community residents what they like or don't like about downtown, mm-hmm. why they go downtown, to get mm-hmm. that kind of feedback. Same thing with visitors. It'd be nice to understand why people are visiting our town and what things they think are going well and what things they might improve on. Right. That information would be really helpful in order for us to create a plan for going forward. Couple more things, I guess. Mm-hmm. Long term, it'd be nice if we could get pedestrian access across the Highway 243 bridge. Okay. We get a ton of people coming here utilizing the river, so it'd be nice to give them an easy access to get back to our businesses, sure. to grab a bite to eat, something to drink, that kind of thing. Okay. And then redeveloping the old OMC site, that could be a huge deal for our town too.
Sure. Yep. Okay. Wonderful. Thank mm-hmm. you. What are your plans for involving residents and business owners in planning for the future of our community?
Well, as a planner by nature, that's my position. I've worked on community plans for over 10 years now. Okay. So Osceola's comprehensive plan is coming up due this year, actually, and so that's an ongoing conversation with the community about what we would like to see here for mm-hmm. The future, especially mm-hmm. in economic development. Mm-hmm. So we could utilize the economic development element of that to ask more detailed questions of the community as to what they'd like to see. So we can do formal stuff like that. Sure. Just being in the community and talking with residents, talking with business owners about what they're seeing, how their experience has been, those kind of things. I think just having an open conversation with the community is the best way to go about that.
Great, super. So Tim, if elected, what 3 steps would you take to make our community more friendly and welcoming for businesses?
Well, the first step I would do is to get a gauge as to how the businesses that exist in Osceola mm-hmm. feel, what sure. the climate is. Do they feel that it's good, they feel it's bad, and then ask them why they feel that way. Mm-hmm. If we have that information, then we have something to go off of. If we don't have that information, then there's not a whole lot we can do going forward with that. So that would be my first starting point, is just to get a feeling for how the business community feels the Osceola is. There are a bunch of assistance programs out there, whether it be through business planning, like through the Economic Development Corporation, financial incentives through the Main Street program, or facade loans, those kind of things through the Regional Business Fund. Making sure that the businesses are aware of that, try and give them every competitive advantage we can to keep them around. Investing or making sure that the businesses that are already in existence know that we value them, making sure that we do more for retaining businesses. Obviously, you don't have to go out and advertise or promote or recruit businesses that are already existing, so trying to make sure that they stay around here and the jobs that are associated with them stay here would be a good place to be.
Great, thank you. How can the village work more closely with civic and business leaders to address challenges in the community?
You might notice a theme here. I want to know the existing situation right now. So what are those challenges? I think as a community, we should define what those challenges are, understand what's being done, what entities have been working on those problems, and what they have been doing to try and address them. So we know that we're not reinventing the wheel. We know we're not stepping on toes or duplicating services. And have an open conversation as to what the best ways to go about these challenges are. A lot of people have been here for a long time, and we also have some new residents coming in. That mix as to what the future of this town looks like, we have to be open to all different possibilities, and without talking to each other and not being offended by different points of view, that's the only way we can go forward. So it's about having an open conversation and being open-minded.
Good, great. Well, Tim, on behalf of the Osceola Chamber, thank you very much for taking time this afternoon to ask these questions. And again, as a reminder, the polls will be open on Tuesday, April 2nd from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. And the ballots will be held at the Discovery Center. So again, thank you and good luck to you.
Yeah, I appreciate the opportunity. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.